whenever you go to a sporting event, you're always going to see some athlete out there on the court or whichever, surface it is that they're playing on the football field, baseball, diamond, bowling, tennis, you name it. Somebody's going to give some type of gesture of a big play that they made. Tiger Woods like, yeah, yeah. When he made that play, yeah. And then you got Russell Westbrook, where he go ahead, he'll rock the baby. Then you see some folks out there on the basketball court talking about how somebody is small, like, hey, you too little, you can't guard me. You can't guard me. Or better yet, you'll see somebody out there yelling, I'm him. It's no telling what you might see out there or at any sporting event. But man, when you start seeing athletes do this here, ooh, it's going to be a problem, boy. But the crazy thing is it cool for him to do it? But a problem for him to do it? I'm like, man, wait a minute. Yeah, I think Coach might have messed that up. But y'all stick around. I'm going to go ahead and give it to you the right way when we get back off in this thing. But I'm just saying, listen. And then not only that, but then you got owners throwing drinks on folks, bro. When that start happening? I mean, you get mad with your drink. Somebody made you a bad drink. You say, screw it. You go toss it out onto the people and the patrons that's out there in the stands because you're mad because your team is losing. I mean, come on, man. Where do we do this stuff at? But not only that, but then you got an athlete being asked if he wants to be a rapper. Really? All because he decided he wanted to go to a different university outside of the university everybody expected him to go to. Come on, man. Where they do that, dog? And then not only that, but then you got head coach Fred McNair. Will he get named the head football coach over at Texas Southern this week? Now, I've been told by a good friend of mine, I was on the show. I'm going to mention it a little later. I was on the show, and he made the comment about there's going to be a meeting. We're going to find out if he's going to get that position or not this week. Because there's been a stalemate for the past couple of weeks. I mean, they've been saying he got it. Then they, nah, we ain't feeling it. They say he got it again. They, nah, we ain't feeling it. So we going to find out something this week exactly what's going to go down. But we going to talk about all of that right after this. Guys, y'all could have been anywhere in this world doing anything with anybody else. But you're right here with your favorite coach, hanging out with Coach Walker. We got another segment of Coach Walker Blow the Whistle. Yes, we're going to go ahead and jump into a few topics as far as things that's been going on the past couple of days that's just got me scratching my head trying to figure out what in the world is going on here with some of these sport things that's happening here. As I stated before, normally we do these shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and this week you're going to get them probably on Wednesday and Friday instead of Tuesday and Thursday. We might try to push it Wednesday and Thursday, we'll see, but right now I'm thinking it probably going to be Wednesday and Friday, but I do apologize. Coach is still a little discombobulated from, Michigan won the game, y'all. We in the championship round. We're going to play Washington. We got to get that W. That's all I'm saying. We got to get that W so Coach Cat can go ahead and march on off into the sunset and do his thing and everything going to be all groovy. That's all I'm saying. But, yes, guys, we got a lot that's going on right now that we're looking at. And like I said before, I hope everybody had a very happy new year because guess what? The new year has come and gone, and the transfer portal is now closed. And guys, when I tell you, you're not going to believe the number of athletes that's in the transfer portal. You're not. The transfer portal is 8,000 strong. Yes, 8,000 athletes strong in the transfer portal. So you can honestly say that the free agency of college football has now opened up. Yes, you can say that. Free agency of college football is now open for everybody to see exactly what's going down. And guess what? You got some top-name athletes that's still sitting in there trying to figure out where in the heck are they getting ready to go. Matter of fact, we got a couple of athletes that left for HBCU last season. They moved over to Power Fives, and guess what? They're back in the transfer portal once again. Now, I would say this. One athlete was able to get out there and really, both athletes was able to get out there and contribute for their team. I'm gonna say that. But one athlete definitely got out there, showcased his talent, and let everybody know exactly, how he get down. And he's going to give you any and everything you want from him when he get out there on that field and line that thing up. That young man is definitely one of those ones. I call him, he was to me the unsung hero that was at Jackson State that really didn't get a lot of pub. This is just my personal opinion. I know some other folks may say somebody else, but this young man was definitely balling his behind off. Kevin Coleman, University of Louisville, has jumped into the transfer portal and decided he's going to take his talents and move on to go play in a different program. Now, the young man played in 14 games last season. He had 26 receptions for 362 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he also returned punts and kicks for the team. Now, as I stated before, this young man definitely getting the right program. He's going to cause some problems for any and everybody that want to line up against him. He can become a mismatch nightmare. The one thing I like about this young man is I'm looking at him as far as, body mass look and whatnot, and it looked like he put on a couple of pounds as far as with getting himself together. So you can tell he's been in the gym, getting to it, trying to make sure his body is right. So when he's out there on that field, the pounders and the beatings and the bruises that he's going to take, he's going to be all right to be able to get up and continue to keep doing his thing. Now, the next young man that transferred out from Jackson State last season, you had Mr. Willie Gaines. Mr. Willie Gaines moved on. He went over to Colorado. He was over there for a season. He played in 5 games. He had 2 receptions for 12 yards. He didn't really have that big of an impact within the system that they were running over there at Colorado. So he's looking to take his talents and move on and go elsewhere as well. Now, one young man that just jumped into the transfer portal, and there's a lot of folks out there that's hoping that this young man changes his mind and go back to the highest of 7 hills in Tallahassee, Florida, FAMU Rattler, Gentle Hunt. They're hoping that he decides to take his talents and go back to FAMU, get himself to, get everything together and continue to keep moving forward with the program and doing phenomenal things with them. Now, we're going to see how everything's going to turn out with that. We're definitely going to keep a close eye on this transfer portal because, as I stated right now, the transfer portal has closed. It will reopen again, I believe, on May 1st, where it'll start allowing athletes to move around and, try to find themselves homes of where they want to go play or who they want to go play for next. Right now, those that are in the transfer portal, they can still be picked up by teams to bring them into their programs for them to start getting themselves together based on the I's and T's that need to be dotted and crossed with the NCAA. They should be good to go and go ahead and keep it pushing and move from there. Remember, the transfer rules were, I kind of want to say, they were laxed a little bit, so to speak, because of everything that's going on with the NIL right now. So we're going to see how that's going to take place and how everything's going to shape up with that. Boy, look here. These justices that's being thrown around in sports got me shaking my head because, boy, you see some good ones and then you see some ones that just, hey, sitting there like, man, was that smart, son? I mean, was that smart, lady? What are you doing? I mean, it just, it's kind of like my girl Angel Reese when she put up the, she did the ring me. Everybody got mad when she did the Tony Yayo with the hand just in front of her face. Everybody sitting there like, man, come on, dog. Really? They thought it was John Cena, you can't see me. But now, man, you got these young men out here in these bowl games where they're throwing up them gun gestures. Boy, you see some folks, you see them laying down on the ground. They caught a pad laying on the ground. They sniping out, they shooting around, doing all this other kind of stuff. Or you see somebody see a defensive back, he's covering a wide receiver. He just strapped him up. You see him come across like to let him know, hey, look, ain't nothing going on with that. Or the one that I like the most when they do the window and they kick that bad boy in and, all that other kind of crazy stuff go with. Yeah, that kind of stuff is fun. But when you start doing some of this, you're like, wait a minute, what in the world are we thinking about here? None other than the University of Texas quarterback, Quentin Ewers, decided he was going to go ahead and bust off a couple after he made a big play against Washington University in the playoff game the other night, which had some folks sitting there looking like, wait a minute. Now, the good folks over at Barstool, they thought it was funny. So, he was just playing. John Moran, on the other hand, when he did the same, what did he do? He did like this. He did something like this. And, that was out of character because he got reprimanded by the NBA for having guns. It was like, oh, there's a problem when he do it. But, but it's okay with this guy over here. I'm like, wait a minute, what are we doing? So, John Morant laughed at the tweet that Barstool's posted up. He's like, wait a minute, how in the world is this guy making this same type of gesture and nobody said nothing about it? I'm trying to figure that out myself because I'm just like, look, if you're going to hold somebody else accountable for what's going on as far as with guns itself, if y'all trying to make a statement when it comes to guns, then how about you just go ahead and ban those type of celebratory type gestures just to get it all out the way on all levels. That way we don't have no issues here. Everybody understands that the playing field is the same across the board for everybody. It ain't just, okay, you over here, you've done this one too many times, so no, we can't have you doing that. Well, you did over here, you don't really mean nothing by it. It's okay. No, that's bull crap. Fix that garbage and get it under control, because guess what? You're going to have somebody else that's going to come down the pike that's going to do the same daggone thing, and everybody going to be in an uproar about it. Remember, you had Gilbert Arenas, who he was out there on the basketball court, did that same thing. Shove them bad boys down in there. Or you see somebody on court, I'm like, after they shot a 3-ball, what are we doing, guys? I'm like, I think the NBA might have got rid of that. So, yeah, the NCAA and the NFL, y'all need to find a way to get rid of that as well, making sure that the NCAA and the NFL, y'all to make sure that's a part of there as well, too. Get the gun justice out there. If y'all talking about we're going to make sure things are safe and comfy and all these good things for everybody, let's go ahead and clean it up across the board, not just pick and choose who we want to go ahead and throw them darts at to, stir up an uproar because somebody made a gesture that's just, out of pocket. It might not meant anything, but you got some, he threw a gesture. He got reprimanded for guns. Look at him. He's out there. I'm like, come on, man. What are we doing? I mean, really, are you serious with this? Cut this out, man. That's all I'm saying. I mean, look, guys, I'm just saying that this is nuts. But I'm looking at this other thing here with the story with the athlete, man. I don't know I don't know which one is the craziest here, because we've heard before about pre-drafted NFL prospects that were looking at getting to the NFL. They go in for their interviews or whatever have you, and you got these folks from these different programs or different organizations. I ain't gonna say programs, different organizations that will ask the most craziest questions that you could ever imagine to an athlete, and these athletes are trying to answer these questions without blowing their top, because they know if they lose their cool answering these questions, it's gonna be costly for them later on down the line. I mean, they could probably slip from going maybe number 1 to maybe number 7, all because you had this one butthole that came and asked a question, and you within a blink of an eye, you didn't think, you just went ahead and responded without really, calming yourself down there, answer the question as best to your ability. And the craziest thing is, like, Jordan Seaton was going through all of the issues with his recruiting. The conversation came out about the young man wanting to take the visit to Maryland before he made the decision to go to Colorado, which I'm sure the young man had already had it made up in his mind that was where he wanted to go. But looking at how everything is just structured, it makes you wonder, like, what exactly are we trying to do? I mean, this young man was asked because he decided he was going to go to Colorado. Did he want to be a rapper? What the hell that got to do with football? That has nothing to do with football. Please explain to me, what in the hell does that have to do with football? I mean, really, guys, you're going to sit here and ask a kid that just graduated from high school. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of young athletes out here that want to become rappers that are, playing sports or whatever have you. But I'm like, let's be real, man. I know I've said some crazy things in my day, but that one takes the cake right there. This young man decided he wanted to go where he decided because that's where he felt comfortable with. Did a lot of people feel that or think that he might U-turn and go, to Maryland, who had been recruiting him for the past 4 years, according to a lot of the reports that's out there? So, I mean, you have to ask yourself that question, like, okay, where was the breakdown that made him decide that wasn't where he wanted to go? No, I'm not saying Maryland asked that question. I have to preface some of this stuff sometimes to let people understand that, no, that's not what I'm saying, because so quick somebody said, oh, he's being a hater towards Deion Sanders. No, I'm not. I'm like, guys, come on, y'all got to cut this out sometimes. Like, because somebody make a comment about the man does not mean that they're being a hater. We are 3 days into the new year. I ain't got time to be hating on nobody. We got too much life to live out here. You feel me? Understand that. There ain't no hating going on out here. But I will tell you where there is some hate at. There's some hate with that daggone owner over there for the Carolina Panthers, who got so mad. He got so mad How mad did he get, coach? He got so mad the folks, he threw his drink at him because they was out there getting smoked. Yes, sir. They was out there getting spanked. And he was pissed off with how his team was looking. I guess the hecklers was heckling too hard, and that gin and tonic got so far up underneath his skin, he didn't know what to do with himself. So, yeah, he sat there, man, it don't taste quite so good no more, and tossed it on the daggone fans out his press box. Ain't that about something? Yeah, the NFL did fine him with it, $300,000 for it, but I'm just like, $300,000? I'm like, come on, man. I mean, that's the best y'all got, $300,000 to fine an owner for tossing a drink at fans. I mean, really? That's what we doing, $300,000 to toss a drink at fans. Nah, man. Roger Goodell, you need to clean that up, sir. You being a little too lenient. I guess you want to make sure you still got access to the company jet. So yeah, $300,000 is going to be fine. Man, cut that out. If it's anybody else, if it was an athlete spitting on somebody or another athlete doing, or an athlete throwing something at somebody, you would probably suspend the day behind and fine they behind. $300,000, that's a joke. That should have never happened. He's the owner of a organization that's in the NFL. Clean up the trash, man. You cannot expect these athletes to go out here and do things in the manner which you feel they should do, but owners are allowed to do things like this and get a slap on the wrist. What are we doing? What type of example are we setting, Mr. Goodell? I'm just asking. But, yeah, coach, I mean, I get it. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. After you got your ass whooped 26-0, and you get hit with a $300,000 fine, I guess that's okay. I guess the 26-0 was even more embarrassing than that $300,000 you got to pay. I mean, at the end of the day, wrong is wrong, and y'all need to fix that garbage. But guys, like I said, those are some of the things that I saw that just had me a little just thrown off this week as far as what in the world is going on. I'm like, God, dog, you only can throw a drink at somebody? I'm like, dang, bro. I'm like, that's almost like the person walking up at McDonald's, boy. They gave some cold fries. You threw the fries up in their face and walked up out of there. And by the time you get to the door, you get snatched back by your hair, get the tar beat out your behind. But I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying, look, we got to do better. That's all Coach trying to say. We got to do better. Because I want y'all like, Coach, you own one, bro. No, listen, we're going to have some fun, bro. Guys and girls, we're going to have some fun out here. Coach has, listen. Can you see him? I'm going to leave this way. You can see him back there, right? I got him over my shoulder, man. Like I said, you go through holidays without your loved ones, and you got people, man, that you normally can pick up the phone and call and do whatever, and you can't. Man, there come a point in time where you have to sit down and understand exactly what direction you're going to go. And I think sometimes people get a little twisted as far as how things work in life. Everything ain't gonna go the way we want it to go. Yeah, I mean, you got the Carolina Panthers got spanked by the Jaguars 26-0. Owner throws a drink. What's the purpose, owner? I mean, now if that person had to turn around, climbed up in that booth and whooped his behind, and guess what? Now we talking about this person is suspended for, they suspended for life, not being able to come to the stadium. They getting locked up, they getting arrested, all of these different things is happening to them. But the owner gets a $300,000 fine. Make that make sense. I'm just saying, what type of society are we living in where it's okay for owner to do it, but it's a problem if one of the patrons did it to somebody else or did it to the owner? You'll be trying to run their behind up out of there. You probably have somebody trying to shove their behind in the back of a daggone police car, and the door ain't even open for them to shove them in the damn car. So all I'm saying is, like, let's be real what we're doing, okay? But guys, Coach gonna go ahead and get up on out this thing. It's another episode of Coach Walker. Blow the whistle. And guys, I hope y'all had a good time here with your favorite coach. Like I said, y'all could have been anywhere in this world doing anything else with somebody else, but you here with me, and I appreciate you. But guys, like I always like to say, be the one and lead.